Welcome back to Chipping Norton for the Court Farm crossover, episode 24 with me, Mr. Sealy P. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here in Chipping Norton. After the end of the last episode where you saw me, we were, what were we doing? Oh, we were getting rid of the withered crops by ploughing. I did grab the fertiliser spreader and went out and just suddenly thought I had a little clip. Did I delete that? I might have done. So we have now, if we go to our map, you will see, where are we? So our fields there, 31, 30 and 14, is it 14? Yeah, 14 are now free from needing ploughing. They've got one fertilising state on each. When I was talking about the red, is the stones, but it's because it's large stones. Once they get taken off, we should be fine. Now we have got a specialist subcontractor coming in today with a rather large piece of equipment to get rid of said stones. I'm not sure whether or not I don't know whether it's going to fit, whether we're going to get into the gateways and stuff. And this is again one of those, the highlighting the fact that it doesn't always work depending on the map you're on. So you can have an idea of, I'm going to use this piece of equipment, that piece of equipment, I'm going to do this, going to do that. And it doesn't always work because it just won't fit. So we'll see. If it doesn't, then we'll have to go old school with the stones because we're doing to get them off the ground. So what we're going to be doing is we are doing, this is one of Clarkson's contracts that he had for sowing. We're going to get the stones off the fields and we're going to get the sowing underway here, because we were, like I say, we were called over from Court Farm by KCC to help out with a few jobs that needed doing because it was into the season for sowing, planting, and they didn't have enough people. Their jobs all over the place, lots of contracts going on, which is great. They've got plenty of work on and they just need some help. So that's why I was over here. Once that's done and we've got the sowing started, we're going to be heading back over to Court Farm because I've got stuff I need to do on there. And that'll probably be our last foray here, unless I get called back again, but I don't think I will. But we've done the jobs we were called over to do. That's what kind of the plan was. It has extended a little bit. It's a little bit more than I intended. And Clarkson just purchased this front seed tank. It's a difficult one, and I know I say this a lot, and yeah, I don't know, how do I tackle it? When people say you're using the same things all the time, and I've said it so many times, if you find something that really, really works and really works well, why would you not? Hang on 1 second. Sorry about that. I don't want to bore you with the details, but yeah, I'm not feeling too great today, but I know I wasn't the other day. My throat thing, whatever it is, seems to be more than just a throat thing. I've got a week to get rid of it because we're off to Lama next Wednesday. We're actually off to Lama next Tuesday, so a week today we're heading off to Lama. Lama's on the Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be doing footage. I don't know if I'll go live, I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to go live because I can't guarantee that I will. It depends what the schedule is, what's going on, because until you get there and you start doing stuff, you don't really know. We've got the community meetup. There's all the, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll do loads of footage. I'll cobble together some videos. We'll see how it all pans out. But yeah, I need to get rid of this by then. Answer as a percentage today. Yesterday I was at about a 95. It's cold here at the moment. I know it depends where you are in the world. I always say that. It's hovering around 0. Today the high is going to be 3 and the low is -1 or -2, I think, Ryan. Yesterday it was about the same, maybe a degree or so higher. I think it sat around 0 a lot of the day, 1-2 degrees. And I took Farm Dog out for a walk to the park and it started snowing. It didn't settle, it snowed for a little while, but it was lovely. It was really, really nice just being out. It was brisk. It's the first day in, I don't know, what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, where it didn't pour down with rain at some point in the day. So it was lovely. I was feeling really upbeat and positive. I didn't sleep particularly well last night. I woke up this morning and I'm not feeling great. And I've come out to the man cave, put the stove on, and the stove won't stay lit. It keeps going out. I think the chimney's blocked again. I only cleaned it recently. It's quite frustrating. because I'd already lit it and it got going, the chimney and everything's hot at the moment, so I can't clean it. I can't take it down and clean it because it's too hot to touch. So it's a bit nippy, and it's frustrating. I think it might be, you know, you can get the fire logs. It's like an instant fire log wrapped in paper, and you light it and it'll burn for a couple of hours. Some people use them to get fires going. It's not a fire lighter, it's a fire log. And I think they're compacted, a mixture of stuff, I think paper and all sorts of stuff gets compacted up. You can buy them yourself, compactors that is, not, you can buy the fire logs, of course you can. But I think when they burn very hot, and they burn, like I say, for a good couple of hours. But for some reason they seem to, whatever it is they're burning, seems to really, you know, I wouldn't say the chimney's blocked, but it's not drawing well enough to keep the fire going, which normally I don't have a problem. Everything lights and everything's dry and everything's good to go. It just, yeah, for some reason won't stay lit. So I'm a bit lower today. Yeah, don't know. I've dropped quite a chunk today for other reasons as well. I'm not going to go into, you know, channel related, life related, you know, all the stuff that when you're doing this for a living impacts what you do. But I don't want to moan about it, so I don't want to be on here just griping and moaning, because people are fed up with me griping and moaning, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to crack on with my jobs, but just, you know, I say, my percentage is down a bit today. I would say I'm probably hovering around the 60, 65 today. Quite a drop from yesterday. I was buzzing yesterday because of something I was doing. Like I said, I'm not going to go into, you know, but anyway, the sort of new Let's Play, the idea, and I did put it in the description, it was a limited, potentially limited series, and it hasn't gone down very well at all. It's got a few views. That thing of, you know, a new Let's Play or a new thing, people are like, oh, I wonder what that is, and people are not liking it. So when I say limited run, that might be the only episode I bother doing. I just, it is what it is. Court Farm, I'm going to, I say not wrapping up, but there's a few bits I want to get finished on Court Farm. I want to get some harvesting stuff done. The stuff we put in the ground when we started out, when Kaleb messaged me and said, right, when you start out, I want you to prep all those fields, I want you to plough them, sort them all out and get OSR in the ground. I did that, but we haven't got around to harvesting that yet, because I've been enjoying the map and we're doing all these different things, we just haven't got to it. Then I bought some fields at Stonebridge as well. Those have got crops in. Did we get a crop off one of them, didn't we? Did we replant? I'm trying to think. So yeah, we've got a load to do. I want to get ahead. So what I might do is jump ahead to those harvests, get those harvests done. Alma, I've got, you know, there's more stuff I want to do on there. But I don't know really. You know, it's that I'm trying to do. Like I said, I'm trying to do one that's normal farming, and one that's got more heavily with productions and various different things. And it's interesting that neither seem to be hitting the mark. I'm not sure, you know, it's that kind of, for all the people that want one thing I'm doing this, all the people that want the other I'm doing that. But yeah, I don't know. Oh no, anyway, yeah, so this contract needs to be completed. The reason Clarkson bought the front tank was because this planter only holds 400 litres of seed, so it was running out really quickly. So I'm just using the equipment that's here provided for me. So I'll see you in a bit, hopefully when this large piece of equipment arrives, and we'll get the stones done, and then once this field's done we'll go and get the other seed out and we'll get cracking, and then I'll probably grab the Land Rover and we'll head back over to Court Farm. That's the plan. They're big stones, proper big stones on this map. Right, the planting is continuing. The contractor left this at the store for us to go and collect, and we have gone to collect it, and this is right up my causeway. I like this a lot. I can't go in through the main store, through the Diddley Squat Farm shop car park, because it's pretty busy. I'm not even sure I'm going to get into it. Honestly, yeah, we'll see. Why is this right up my causeway? Oh ho ho! This thing is flashing all over. Look at it. It's like a slightly insane Christmas tree. That was not good. I'll have to return it and say, I might have accidentally bonked it on something. Sorry. So the question is going to be now, indicator on, is the traffic going to pay the blindest bit of notice And I would say no. If I swing out here and turn in here, is it going to be enough? Probably not. Oh no, we might be alright. Ah, sorry, double gate, look, sorted. We're going to do this one and the next one. It's the one after this I'm not sure about. I don't want to drive over someone's field, but this thing is... oh, it's mint. If you've got a lot of stones to get rid of. This is the standard. Standard capacity, standard speed. There's nothing... I think there's 2 of these or 3 of these and you've got different speeds. This is 8. I think there's a 15 and a 30 mile an hour one, I think. Anyway, and the capacities go up to, was it 500,000 litres or something? It's craziness. Right, beacon's off. Turn it on, drop it down, and let's see how we get on. Obviously indicating. Oh. This will make life so much easier. If you can subcontract a contract, why not? Get it done. Nice big tractor. No problem. I mean, we might not get that many off the field. I thought there'd be like, considering the size of the stones, the literage doesn't seem overly high, but it's 3 fair size fields, and when the normal ones hold, what is it, 2,000 litres, 2,500, something like that, you'd have to keep unloading anyway. I think this thing holds 40,000, so it might need to be unloaded at some point, but at least for the time being. Specialists. Cool. You need a potato harvester like this. I mean, in essence, it's doing the same thing, isn't it? I know we have got some that go out this wide, but I mean, the ones that go out this wide are artificially done to go out this wide. What you want is a header like this. I mean, this would technically do the same thing. Drags it all sort of towards the middle, then picks it all up. I suppose you wouldn't be able to have spikes, because the spikes would, you just destroy everything, wouldn't you? But probably should have lifted it to turn. I'm curious to see just how many stones we get out of this. As me dad, God rest his soul, used to say, stone the crows, all the time. It was one of those, stone the crows, he loved saying that. Sorry I went quiet, I was just thinking about my dad. What we should be seeing now as well, hopefully. There we go. So all the red's going now. So where we had ploughed and it was leaving the red behind, that's just the stones on there. So that's all going, so it should be left nice and clear, fertilised, good to go, seed bed prepped. I'm just thinking actually, now we've done the stones, I can never remember. There's all the different cycles now and then. Different field states and, you know, seed bed prepped and not prepped and ploughed and cultivated and subsoiled, and whether or not I could do another fertilising stone in now. I think it's just easier to put the crop in and then fertilise, I guess so. And that won't be for me to do. I think KCC will do that. I don't know. I'm not sure if. I don't know. I don't think we're getting to keep the stones. I think that's part of the contract. The subcontracting out is they come out and they take stuff away and they do whatever they want with it. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Crush it down and make hardcore or lime or whatever they're going to do. That's up to them. We just need it off the fields. The subcontractor is subcontracting. I've been down to KCC's and grabbed their Kaleb's fence. I love the sound of this thing. I'm so looking forward to FarmCon this year, Fent this year, the Fent Forum. That's going to be amazing. I do like me a Deutzwahr, but Fents, oh. Listen to this. That's nice. So we've got wheat on. I've got a bag of seed. I think we've still got a bag of seed up at the store. That's the gateway we've got to get into with that rock stone picker. So I don't know if we're going to have to maybe drive past, reverse up and then round. I don't know. I'm trying to work out. Unless we come at this, the gate opens. Let's say the gate opens the wrong way. That's the way the gate opens. But if it had opened inwards, we could have gone at an angle like off from where we are here in, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. You might be done in the field where we are. We should be able to get this in through. Oh, listen to it. Oh, through the farm shop. We've got a worker cracking along over there. Like I say, this is just like I'm just an extra pair of hands. So we've got Clarkson, KCC, and me. Sorry about that. I have to keep having these brief interludes. Clear the old tubes, so to speak. Oh, is it still going? Never sure with the rock collectors. They seem to go over the place. Wow, this is busy. Oh, that's got a hole and a half on it, isn't it? How is he getting on? How is he getting on? I'm not sure. All over the place. All over the gaff, it would appear. I don't know if this has got enough oomph for this seeder. Should have. Right, let's turn that on. not sure what he's doing. We'll have a look when we get over there, right. Oh, I could be fertilising at the same time now, I guess, if I put fertiliser in it, but seeing as we've got the bird 2, we can whiz over it later on. Normally I would have both fertilising estates done by now, but again, that's not my problem. You know, like I say, I'm here to get cracking on a few different jobs. At least get them started. What time is it? 3 o'clock. We need to be away by about, say probably, I don't know, yeah, leaving at 5ish. We're going to be in rush hour traffic all the way back to Court Farm. Couple of hour journey, maybe 6ish, 6, 7, 8, maybe. Or I could stay overnight maybe and head back March 3, don't know. I need to see what this guy's doing, because he seems to be all over the shop now. We need to get him onto the next field. So we'll make a start on this. Yeah, I'm not sure this has got enough oomph to it. They have got a New Holland T8? I think it's a T8 Genesis, is it? Down at the maltings. Maybe that would be a bit better. It's got a bit more to it, but well, it's working, it's pulling. We're getting a little bit of wheel slip, are we? It's pulling hard. It is pulling hard. Once we get to it, well, he might have backed himself into a corner. Can't tell. Can't tell from here. Get the lights on. There we go. Happy days. It is interesting when I was saying earlier on about, you know, answers percentage. Just playing this always improves my mood anyway, regardless. But even like down to little stuff, when I'm doing things like this, just listening to the engine sound, the change in engine note, watching the machinery operating. And that constant dream, that dream of one day, that could be me. I could win the lottery and I could be doing this. I would do it in a heartbeat. Like I said so many times before, I'd love to go to a farm and get to have a go. Even just sitting in the jump seat. I don't know. I know, like I said, you know, for anybody that does it day in, day out, it's a job. You know, it's what you do, and you know. But it's interesting how many farmers you see, YouTube farmers and stuff, that all say the same thing. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's long hours. Yes, but you know, but they love it. They love what they do. You know, of course there are hard times. It's not great for everybody. But most of the guys you watch still love farming. They love, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I just think being outside a lot. You know, it's why one of the reasons I like being out in the man cave. Apart from the fact I'm freezing at the moment, but normally I like being at the man cave because I'm not indoors all the time. I know it's ridiculous, and I'm not out in the. It's weird. Obviously, I'm not out in the countryside. I'm not, you know. But when I was working from home, indoors all the time, if I didn't have to go out shopping, didn't have to go and do anything in particular, I would walk the dog, but wouldn't go anywhere. You know, it's just you're in the house all the time. So I'm out here and I can look out. Got this big window next to me, and I can look out, and there's normally birds in the tree next to us when they're not pattering backwards and forwards on the roof of the man cave. But yeah, the dream would be to be outside all day, every day. I can think of nothing better. Right, yeah. Right, get this gone round a few times. I'll crack on with the wheat in the ground. That other field 15, that is taking some time. That's a small planter. But the whole time we're doing this, it's chugging away. By doing a contract for another, it's that thing again. We may not earn what was I going to say? My mind's blanked. But it won't be a lot of money. We won't earn a lot of money. And because Clarkson bought the front tank was 9 grand. I think the contract pays 11 and a half. If it just pays for the front tank, because what we're doing now, if we're going to do so many fields, that tank could come in quite handy. Once it's done on that contract, we'll stick it on the front of the actually we might bring the Lamborghini over and switch out the vent for the Lamborghini, I don't know. Have the front tank and then the seeder we're using now, and then we haven't got to keep coming back and forwards for seed as much. So what was I saying earlier on about using the same thing? Yeah, I started off by saying that, didn't I? Yeah, it's a, you know, you will find things you use a lot because you want to. Did I talk about that? I can't remember now. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you find something that works really well at a good price, why would you find something else that costs twice, 3 times as much and does the same job, if not sometimes better, sometimes worse, just for the sake of saying, well, I'll use something different? I'm, you know, okay, fine. You know, and it's a lot easier as well if you're playing in a way that you're putting in money whenever you want to or doing whatever you want to. And you know, I always find it's much easier to play the game off camera. If you're just playing for you, it's far easier to do. And if I was playing off camera and I had money was no object, yeah, and it is that thing I would love to do. Western Wilds was quite like that because again it was production chains, but it was new production. There was a lot of new stuff coming out, and you could get away with, you know, I was running productions that were making a lot of money. If I did that now, people would just say, well, you're cheating. You're doing what you always do. You're making loads of money and, you know, it's not real. Okay. But the great thing about that was because we had loads of money in the bank, we could buy, lease, use anything we wanted to try out, which was great. Which means you do then get to use that. So if you were on a Let's Play a story where you had millions already, which people would not be happy about to start off with, that's what I never understand. You've got YouTubers out there that will do that and people love it. Every time I've done it, people hate it. It's very strange. I don't understand. But anyway, then yeah, if money was no object, you can try anything. You can use so much more equipment and different bits of equipment. But if you are doing start from scratches, if you are building up your equipment, and you are building up your equipment, you will improve, you will increase, you will get larger stuff, you will get new stuff. You often find you'll be using the same things when you start out because they're tried and tested, because they're the cheapest in that particular bracket of equipment, because you're getting the best bang for your buck. You're getting the widest reach or the biggest capacity for the money. So yeah, I don't know. It's an odd one, isn't it? I'm doing what I always. I'm focusing on comments. That I've got to stop. I can't. An individual, you know. I've got to stop doing that. I know it's easier said than done. Second field complete. Actually, I'm going to take it back out through here. Actually, I don't know. Am I going to get out through there? Have I got what it takes? Probably not. And like I said, getting into the other field, it's going to be spicy. Let's get all this on. Make sure people are fully aware. Lunatic with a long trailer coming. There we go. Oh, we're looking over there. Over half the field done, I think. Taking some time. Is there another entrance? I don't think there is there? This is going to be horrendous. If it suddenly cuts, you'll know I just gave up. Hopefully I won't. I'm wondering if I can weave this through. I don't know. Okay. What do I need to do here? Probably need to get close to that gate to start off with. Let's come further over here. Get close to that gate to start off with. Now turn tighter. Avoid hitting the wheels. Oh, am I going to hit the wall? Maybe. Can I get that turned in there? If I can, I'm not sure I can get this. Hang on. I don't think I can get it. If I can get closer to that, maybe. Close to the other gate, that side. Make sure I don't hit anything. Am I going to hit the gate post? I was doing so well. I think I might have hit the gate post. Come on, we can do this. Mind that gate post there. Now start to swing. No! I was so close. Now swing it. Don't get too overconfident. You know what? That's all right. I'll take that. I could have just backed up straight up into here and then swung back round in that way. I suppose I could have just... maybe I could have just come in straight. I don't know whether I would have got around this corner here. I don't know. There's probably loads of different ways of doing it, but we got in. I'm hoping my record... I've actually turned on my 4K capture, because I've said this before, it runs through my PC because that's how it works. But I capture on my PlayStation 5, and I don't know why it happens every now and again. I've mentioned it a few times. I can't remember if I've mentioned it on here. I keep getting this stuttering. It's worse if I'm not talking, which is odd. So if I'm just recording, if I want to do a time lapse and I just set record and I let it go, for some reason it will get to a point and it freezes, and there's nothing worse. If I've done a map tour or I'm doing a mod review, if I go into a menu, if there's not something moving, like at the moment the tractor, or I'm not talking, it freezes. I come to edit and I won't know that until I come to edit, and then when I come to edit, I'll get to a point and it just stops. I'm still talking and everything I was saying is still there. Sometimes it happens when I'm talking, and it just freezes up, and I have to cleverly edit around, or I don't know why it started doing it. The PlayStation's recently been cleaned out. It's all been sorted. I don't know. It doesn't always do it. I don't think it happened once on SnowRunner. When I was doing my SnowRunner videos, I don't think once I had it stutter or freeze. I don't think. So yeah, I don't know. So every time I record, I can turn it off now, can't I? Every time I record something, I'm living in fear now that something's going to go horribly wrong. Any hoodly hoo, I'm going to get this done. It's not bad so far, 13,000 litres. That would have been 6 unloads, and we would have been coming to a 7th, or depending on what rock picker you're using, of course. Which, if you've got a trailer by the side of the field and you're unloading to a trailer, I did it on Edgewater, that's fine, But having this available, if you have got stones turned on, if you haven't, again, it doesn't matter. You don't have to, and you don't have to do this. I could just seed straight into it. But it did say when the game came out that it will cause extra wear on your vehicle, on your equipment, if you're doing stuff over stones. I could roll it back into the ground, but it doesn't always roll in big stones. Small stones go in, but large stones don't normally. Okay then, stone contractor is cracking on, so I suppose I better crack on. I get to drive in this. Oh. And away we go. So I say wheat will go in because I do the Durham wheat, so we'll do wheat in one. Kaleb likes his OSR, so we'll get some canola in another, and the third I don't know. Something I should start doing more of, and I don't really, but I should do more, is doing the turns and leaving the headlands and then doing the headlands last. It's not something I do very often. I normally go all the way around the outside of the field, then backwards and forwards, but I should really. Sort of online a little bit. It is struggling a bit, you can hear it. We're not redlining. That was something I'm pleased I changed. A few people had asked me, why do you have the speedo bottom right and not the engine speed? And I said, I don't know, I've always just preferred having the speedo on there, but in all honesty, it's got in the middle, it's got your miles per hour, it does what you're doing. Having the engine speed, I really like that. The amount of times I'm doing stuff and I'll just sit watching that when it comes under load and stuff, I love that. And again, that big difference between FS 17, 19 to 22 was the engine sounds and the engine under load, and you know, it's just such a big difference. Anyway, we've got work to do. Where am I looking? Oh, it's the wrong direction. I was looking over it in front of me, thinking, is that the piece of machinery? Is that the stone? But no, that's way over there. That's Clarkson'S. That's Diddley Squat Farm. That's over that way somewhere. Anyway. I'm mumbling. Time to crack on. I'll see you later on. When this is done, let's say we'll get the stones off the ground. When he's finished, we'll see how many stones they end up with off the 3 fields. And then we'll be heading back, I think. I feel like I've neglected Court Farm. I need to get back. Back into its sweet embrace. We're nearly there! Field 15 is done! Finally. And what I did, because it was a contract and it was fertilising at the same time, and I didn't want to waste the fertiliser because all we were contracted to do was seed, I unloaded the fertiliser to the side and then we did the seeding, and then, yeah. So that's done for Clarkson. So we collect that for him. There you go, his money's gone back up again. That's brilliant. We're going to head back with this to the farm. On the way back past, you will also see we are... What time is it? It's nearly 6 o'clock. Time's getting on. We are... Where are we? Wheat's in. Canola's in. We haven't put anything in 14 yet because they haven't decided what they want in 14 yet. But the Fendt is down there with the seeder ready to go. The contractor is waiting down here because he was finishing as we were finishing. So it made sense to whiz down, and we'll see how much he's got on board. He'll take that away and he's going to dispose of it. That's not our problem. We haven't got to worry about that, but we had to get it off the fields. I always said we had to. We wanted to get it off the fields. So that field is now looking fantastic and good to go. So if we just pull over here, what I will do for the time being, until they decide what we're going to do, let's close this one. Gates closed, and then we'll see how much he's got on board. 22,403 litres of stone. Like I say, I don't know what they're going to do. Crush it, dump it. They might use it for hardcore. I don't know what they're going to do for it. The debris crusher is up here on this sort of caravan park, I guess you might refer to it as. Whether they're going to turn it into lime or not, or just sell it, I honestly don't know. But that's for them to worry about. Like I say, that's not our job. What we're going to do now is take this back, drop it off. There has been some movement of machinery and equipment. The John Deere with the muck spreader is back at KCC. That's at the farm to the right as we go down the hill. We're going to go back, and in swapping over, I drove my Land Rover back up to the farm, so when we drop this off we can grab the Land Rover and we can head off. So we've got to get back to Court Farm, like I say, what is 6 o'clock sound? It'll be about 8 o'clock by the time we get home, I guess. And we can crack on. It's been a while since I've been back over on Court, so I've got to remember what we were doing and what was over there and what's in the ground, and I don't know, we'll see if any other contracts come up. But like I said, what we might do is skip ahead to harvest, because I want to get those fields harvested. What we are going to do though is, obviously we're on Clarkson's account at the moment. I think with the contracts we did over here, KCC's sitting on 213 or 230. Actually, we can swap over now, it doesn't matter. Let's go to 213. So I think what we're going to do is, when it gets to harvest, there is the harvester at Court Farm, which they own, and they've got a harvester here that Kaleb bought recently. They've got a New Holland here, but I think we're going to get a harvester for Stonebridge. Something small, because it's small fields, not a lot of room, small gateways, as we found on Court Farm before. So it'll be a small harvester with not massive capacity. I've got my eye on something, and I think we should have enough. I'm sure it's only about, I want to say 100,000, but that might be more than it's going to cost actually. I'm thinking, I want to say 100, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, I've enjoyed my excursion. Let's do that. Drop that. So I've got a jet wash here, I think. Oh, I say that on every one I do. It's because I've split myself between, you know, so many different places. 2 Let's Plays, 3 fields, well 3 Let's Plays now. 3 Let's Plays, 4 farms, or 4 maps should I say. It all gets a little bit confusing. Don't know whether I'm coming or going. Swing that around there, and they're good to go on whatever they do next. They've got a little bit more manure there. The cows are doing great. Although they seem to be, they're lined up the wrong way at the trough. That's odd. Anyway, so we shall bid farewell to Clarkson's farm, Diddley Squat Farm. On the way past, we'll go past the farm shop and we'll head back. Just nice to help out. See how busy it is at 5:45 up here at the farm shop. I keep sorry. And we'll head back. Whoa. Like I said, I definitely think my next Let's Play will be, I say probably, yeah, because Alma wasn't a start from scratch. Court Farm wasn't. This with both contracting kind of. No, Alma was just a let's go for it. Actually, there's a lot less traffic here, isn't there? So yeah, I think it will be a sort of start from scratch-esque and build the farm up. That's what I want to do. Like I said, I've enjoyed doing contracting, and I'm enjoying doing it on Court Farm and on here. But I want to do you know, I want to get back to the just taking that. Oh, that pillar's right in the way. Taking that thing away of not having to worry about a goal of aiming towards something, or having, oh, there you go, I knew there'd be a car, of having to aim for a certain thing just to be able to come on and contract to just farm, to do work, has been quite liberating and quite relaxing, and I've enjoyed doing that. But I do miss that challenge. I miss that aiming towards something, you know. Anyway, I will see you back at Court Farm. Probably, yeah, probably about 8ish, I guess. I told you it'd be late, but we are home. It's 8:10. I forgot about our apples here selling directly, so our money's gone up a little bit. That's a bit of a result, isn't it? We left on 213,000. We've arrived and we've got 215,000. I suppose technically they would have been selling the whole time anyway, wouldn't they? But we are back. I'm going to head down the hill to Stonebridge, and what I'll do in the morning, we'll whiz up the hill to Court Farm because I'm assuming they've been cracking on with, mucking out the animals and all that kind of stuff. We need to whiz over as well and check out the pet productions, don't we? All the sort of what we were doing, birdhouses and something else, wasn't it? I can't remember. But yeah, we'll go over and check those out in the morning, see if we've got any contracts available. We'll check out, because we went into, what did I say, April, wasn't it? We needed to be in if we were going to put some, was it carrots and stuff into the little allotments? But again, we'll see. So we'll probably skip ahead more towards harvest now, because I've been doing a lot of stuff on here already anyway. But it's nice to be back. I kind of missed the sunset, but that's all right. And I will see you on the next one on Court Farm for more shenanigans. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.